All right, we are live. First episode of 2024. We are joined by, was it four-time CrossFit Games champion, Jason Grubb. And as always, we have Heat1's founder, or what is your title? CEO?
I
Heat1,
called myself
Tyler
Chief. What I come up with the other day, it was stupid. It was Chief Conductor.
There you go.
Gosh, that's literally the worst thing out of the
CEO sounds so dumb if your company
I think
has
founder
3
sounds
people
great.
in it.
You should say I founded Heat1. I think
Founder.
that's it. Like you invented something.
Yeah.
And you did, right?
You did.
Chief Conductor. I mean, that's
Yeah, you're not playing music over there. And of course we got John Young of JY Barbell, get everybody strong. So yeah. And then before we jump into it, first of all, I know Jason, you are a big proponent of Thursday, one of our sponsors.
Yes.
And then we have a new sponsor starting today, GoWad Mobility First. So more stuff coming out with them here shortly, but they are now a proud sponsor of the Barbell Spin. So make sure you go visit GoWad and start becoming a little bit more mobile. All right. So the topic at hand, the Legends Championship. And so I had to spend some time explaining to John earlier to get him caught up to speed because I think it is a little bit confusing. So the Legends Championship run by, was it Joe and Bob? They had a competition back in December, which Jason competed in. They competed, they won a medal, commemorative coin. You guys went home. This past weekend, an email was sent out to all the podium finishers saying there won't be prize money. Most likely, we have some sponsors that have not paid, some vendors have not paid. But maybe if there's a little extra money left over, there might be some there. But essentially, they had been paying out of pocket, out of their own money to fund prize purses in the previous years, and that it wasn't sustainable. And so I had received that email. One of the podium athletes forwarded it to me, wasn't thrilled with it. And so published the article kind of sharing what was happening. This is not the same as the 2024 Masters CrossFit Games. So the 2024 Masters CrossFit Games is a separate entity that's run and hosted by the organizers of Legends Championship. And then there will be a separate Legends Championship, I think in December, if I'm correct on that.
and funded by HQ, correct? Like the prize money and all that?
Yes. So Joe Linton confirmed.
Get it straight, Tyler. Calm down.
Dude,
I was very confused. Like I was so in a mix of not understanding because like the Legends people are running it, and I'm like, wow. But they're not paying it. Like it was just very confusing. But I'm straight now. I'm with it.
Zero. I was just poking fun of him the whole time we were talking about it. So that's what's going on here, Jason. Sorry.
Yeah. So Jason, you were the winner. You've competed. This is your third year?
Yeah.
Fourth year.
Yep. Fourth year.
Obviously came out on top again, which you seem to do every time you compete these days.
I do my best.
What was your initial reaction when you got the email?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, I think we got it on Saturday or Sunday. I mean, it was kind of an off day. And there wasn't anything mentioned during the awards ceremony about cash prizes or anything like that. It was, we got a medal, we got the token, we took the picture, and if there's just nothing mentioned there, like in my mind, like this is it. This is it. This is what we're getting. And I'm not competing at Legends to win cash or to win money. Any money I've ever won in competition has always been bonus money. It's really nice. In fact, I've won the games 4 times, and every time I don't even think the money never occurs to me until after the competition. I'm like, oh, I just earned like $10,000. Be great if it was much, much more than that. But $10,000 is something that is significant enough to make a dent in my life, right? Legends Championship, historically, I've won 4 consecutive titles there, 2020 up until now. And I've gotten a cash prize every year from them. The first year I competed, they were in Arizona. It was during COVID. It was amazing that they pulled that off. And it was a Venmo transfer, I'm pretty sure is how that came that year. Weeks afterwards, like, hey, we just want to let you know, congratulations. What's your Venmo? Not even a promised amount.
And they weren't even.
I think
they were previous years, like it was never even announced either, right? Like it just
correct.
They had money.
Never announced.
Like, here it is after the fact.
Yes. 2020, 2021. I don't remember. I know we got paid in 2021. I just don't remember what. 2022, I think, was probably a little bit more well-funded. Reebok was a sponsor as well. It was a smaller competition because it was at Mayhem, so there were less athletes, but it was still a huge production. I don't know how any of the finances go behind the scenes, but we did get paid as well. We do know as athletes, and Bob and Joe have made it clear that they have gone out of pocket year over year for both the broadcast in 2021 and 2022, which was a huge production. They've got Sean Woodland, Annie Sakamoto out there, running 2 full days of all-day broadcast and full-on CrossFit Games style broadcast, which was incredibly special and way overkill, honestly, for a Masters event at that point. That's overkill. We don't need them to spend that kind of money to cover Masters. Like a little bit is great, but not that much. Again, we're not complaining about overkill on coverage. Never complaining about that. It's just, I know it cost them a lot of money. But then this year, the production at Legends in Arizona this year was the best experience I've had so far. Just as an event, it was well organized. It was well laid out. You felt like you were on stage. I mean, it felt, just second to the CrossFit Games, which is a huge spectacle and event. But anyway, there was no payout. So the original question you asked was, what did I think when I got the email? I thought, yeah, that makes sense. I figured. This is kind of my thought. Like, I figured, it rolled off the back. I didn't think about it. I didn't think we were getting paid. It was nice to get an email. And then I did get a few.
What prompted them to send the email?
Oh, I think there was, people were asking me via Instagram direct messages like, hey, you were on the podium. I was on the podium. Have you heard anything? Are we getting paid this year? And my response to anyone was always, I've been paid historically. I have no idea if we're getting paid this year. And I just left it at that. Like, if we do, we do, whatever. It's not that big of a concern to me, but I imagine that people ended up emailing Joe. Joe puts his email address out there when you compete at this event. So if you have questions, you email him directly. And I'm sure at a certain point, he had just gotten a dozen emails about this and just decided to make a response. In a perfect world, I think it should have been more transparent earlier on, right? Then it's a non-story. I think if there's just transparency around that. I think it's probably a mistake on their part.
Yeah. My initial reaction was first, like, I don't think anybody was expecting it. So why did this come out? Second, I think it almost sets a bad precedent in the past. Like, you're paying out of pocket and then you cut it off. Like, you need to make that announcement, like, hey, we can't continue doing this. This year is what it is going forward, etc. But I think,
yes,
because a lot of the comments on Instagram on my post were, well, they never promised it, right? But in the previous 3 years, it was never promised, but it just showed up. And so I think it was kind of a little bit of a shock. Like, well, they've been paying year after year. What's the difference?
Right. That, I think that's where the shock was, and where transparency ahead of the time. Anytime I think you can get ahead of a story, ahead of a shock, setting expectations. If they had even an inkling that this was going to be the case, I don't think they would have had a huge drop off in registrations. I don't think. Maybe they lose a few registrations, but there's over 400 athletes out there. The scaled athletes don't expect to get paid, as far as I know. The teams didn't expect to get paid. I think this idea, I saw comments out there as well, like, well, you spend all this money to go out there and you don't get paid. Bro, It cost me more than $750 on flights to get there. And, $750 is what I've been paid historically from Legends. That's not life-changing money. That doesn't cover nearly half my expenses. Even when I go to Wodapalooza and I know I'm getting paid, if I win, I'm getting paid $2,000. If I hopefully win.
So I know I'm getting paid $2,000. You can
I know I'm getting paid. I can budget. I'm going to get $2,000. Dude, it cost me more than $2,000 to stay in a 1-bedroom Airbnb in Miami for 4 nights or whatever. So I think when you compete as a Masters, you're going because you have the opportunity to compete, whether it's Legends, Wodapalooza, Masters Fitness Collective. I competed there for the first time, another huge event with at least 300-400 athletes, maybe more. I don't know the exact count there. I won that event. I spent my own money to go out there and do that because I wanted the experience of it. I didn't expect to get paid. And like I said, when you do get paid, it's nice. And when I go to Wodapalooza, which I'm not competing this year at Wodapalooza, you're all safe out there. I'm not competing. I didn't mean for it to come up, but I'm not competing. I'm hanging out with a grandbaby. That helps offset expenses. I'll tell you, guys, honestly, when I travel to the games, the past 1, 2, 3 years, I've traveled in an RV and stayed in the RV spot out there at the games, which is awesome. It was such a great experience, but the entire trip and plan around all of that is barely a break even earning $10,000, right? I'm investing if I win, right? It's the experience of doing that. And I'm like, dude, I having won the games 4 times or Legends 4 times, I am not richer because of that. I have opportunities because of that, but not because of prize money, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's a realistic expectation from your standpoint. Like, I don't think anybody was saying the prize money should be, $10,000 in any case.
Right.
And I know that it's separate from the CrossFit Games, and talking with Joe and Bob, they said that CrossFit has guaranteed that prize money will be there for next year, the same as it was in 23 for 24. I just wonder if, knowing the spotlight that's on Legends, right, over the last few months, like, should it have maybe been handled differently? Like, maybe you go out of pocket one more year,
right?
Just not create any type of what's going on here?
Well, 2 things got pulled back this year at Legends, if we want to think of it this way. If we want to think about expectations that had been set in 2021 and 2022, there was a huge video production or huge live stream production, very high quality live stream production and cash prizes, right? Those 2 pullbacks, that's I don't know how they communicate that going into this year. And maybe they come out of pocket a little bit more, seeing that they've got a very bright future. I think the people that are upset about not getting paid on this, I don't think there's that many. Again, only the podium guys are the ones that didn't get paid, right? The top 3 that didn't get paid, or the top single, whatever the payouts were historically. So it's a very small amount of the competitors that go to compete at that event get paid, and maybe we're upset about that. I don't know. I just think about, I as Boulder Athlete is a Masters training platform. I had 15 athletes out there. And I was the one that stood on a podium. I don't think any of those other 15 athletes were like, they're not like they're not mad about not getting paid, or even the thought of not getting paid. It's not why any of them compete.
It's just for
sorry. I know I keep going on that trail. I beat that horse. But to get back to it, the 2 pullbacks. When CrossFit this year announced prior to the games that, like, the day before the games, here's the live feed for the Masters. It's a camera in this, it's an iPhone, video shot from a Ring doorbell.
We gave them crap on that, Jason. I'm pretty sure on every single podcast that we were we did too. One of that hard.
They blew it, man. They just blew the communication on it, right? Just tell us. Just be transparent, be forward with that. Legends probably should have had a little more transparency around, the honor, and you can even spin this thing, right? The honor of competing at Legends is what's at stake, right? The honor of being a Legends athlete, that's at stake. Or that's really this push here. Who can become a Legends podium winner and create honor in that versus cash prizes or even a live stream.
With all due
So
respect, I think that sounds better coming from you than it would from the organization itself.
Fair. Agree.
I when last year the European Championships Can West had those issues, like I think it's definitely it's worse to have here's a prize person and we can't pay it. That's definitely
correct.
Way worse than this situation.
Yes.
I think when these organizations do run a competition and you do want to pay prize money, but you just don't know if you're going to be able to, I think the best communication is, look, we want to, if we can run a profit, we will, but don't expect it. And then have that same messaging, like, and maybe work a little bit harder to try to get some swag, for the prize winners or something like that.
We're easy, man. We're really easy. Like,
is that not
dude,
what
give me a
doing,
pair of
though?
shoes.
Like from here on out?
I love a pair of shoes.
What's that, John?
I said, is that not what they're doing though? With saying like from here on out?
I mean, they did. The thing is, it sounds like some vendors haven't paid, and in talking with them, it potentially, if all that money comes in, they all pay it, and no surprise bills come up, they may have something to give to the athletes.
A lot of what ifs, I would imagine, if they've already made the statement.
I think at this point, you just kind of write it off, and if something shows up in your Venmo account, then great.
Yeah, I don't know. I get what y'all are saying, that it's a bad look. I know you're not saying that, Jason, but like I feel like they're doing the best they can with what they're given right now. And if it was all out of pocket before, I don't think it's a bad look to say, guys, we can't do it this year. We want to, but it's just we just can't do it this year. We hope to do it next year. Like, I don't think that's any fault on them. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I do agree with what you're saying. Like, before the competition starts, before signups occur, listen, we want to pay you. We don't know if we can. If everybody pays their share, we definitely can, but we can't guarantee that. Obviously, that's what they should have. That's the best way scenario. But like, they didn't see them not paying, because every year before they did pay. They would have. That's why they got paid. The Masters athletes got paid every year before that. I just it feels to me that they're doing the best they can, and I'm not going to knock them for that.
I don't think anyone is knocking them immediately. I don't think that's the worry in anybody's head. The reason anyone would knock this is that, historically you have paid out. What does it say about the future of the sport in this age division? What kind of expectations should we have? And so what would you say to those people? I mean, what are your expectations for the future?
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing, it wasn't clear even to me until this Legends Championship that the Legends Championship and the games was a separate experience. I thought that the Legends Championship next year was the games. I thought that's what I
thought. Thank you.
Right?
I'm not the
only
confused person.
Dude, I should know this. I'm in this. I'm the guy in the sport here, right?
Yeah.
And I happen to be talking to Joe at Legends. He's like, I can't wait for it to be here in December. I'm like, December? Wow, that's late for the games. He's like, no, it's a separate event. The games would be separate. I'm like, oh, mind blown. Okay, and I learned this like a month ago at Legends from Joe. So the world didn't know that, right? And so this idea comes. Most don't. So they think Legends doesn't pay. What does that mean for the Masters CrossFit Games? Like, what a crap sandwich this is, right? But it's not. It's two separate events, two different funding sources. Now, the real critique will come if something gets messed up with the Masters Games and that prize pool from historical years doesn't pass over. Our open, quarterfinal, semifinal dollars don't roll towards funding our event. Then I think it's going to get some feathers up in the air for sure.
That's with HQ. That's with HQ if that happens.
That's with HQ. But this is a separate organization. I mean, Joe and Bob have bankrolled this themselves, built it from nothing to it's a spectacular event. And every year I feel like they're spending more and more and more money, likely to make this an even better event. This year it just came down to not having the budget for prizes, but that has nothing to do with the CrossFit Games, which is a separate, a whole separate thing, which again, I don't know. So Rick and I were talking on our podcast last night, Masters in Motion. We were reviewing the rule book, and we noticed that cash prizes were not noted in the 2024 yearbook, and they were noted in the 2023 yearbook. Obviously, there's not a title sponsor that's announced, so that none of that prize money is out there. So we're just taking it on a promise that hopefully the CrossFit Games will carry over those payouts that we've had historically there. Again, like that could get messy. But that's all speculative. We don't know anything about that yet.
Yeah, it's not unusual. So what always happens is CrossFit publishes a rule book, its version whatever, and then when the prize money is announced, they send out a new version that adds that to it. But I mean, Joe and Bob did tell me that CrossFit has guaranteed that the prize money would be the same as it was the prior year.
Yep.
I kind of look at it as like Legends is Masters Rogue, especially since it's in December. Like what the Rogue Invitational is with the elite individuals, like Legends is now the Rogue Masters. It's the second biggest competition. It's second to the games. All the fittest guys do it. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and that's how I've experienced it. When I looked at the leaderboard prior to the event starting at Legends, there was 8 of the 10 guys that I competed with at the games were at Legends. You know, there was 12 total guys, including guys that aged up into my division, who could have beat me this year. I mean, I was nervous going into the competition because I know these guys, and I knew I was going to be, battling tooth and nail for these guys or against these guys. It's a top tier competition against the best guys in the world.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It is the Rogue of Masters for sure.
Yeah. Extra sloppy here. Grubb had a bad experience at his Airbnb last year. Never going back to my
I did have a bad experience last year.
I remember that. I talked to you when you were getting ready to you finished an event and were running to go move
all my stuff
to a new place. So
I literally hit a clean and jerk PR. I did a video with you, and then I ran to go move my things before I think another event we had that day. It was chaos.
Yeah, you had a few hours to do that.
So much fun.
So, Vindicate, you got to visit Fort Wayne for Masters Fitness Collective. Who needs a payday? That in and of itself is a prize to go out to Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jason, I appreciate you kind of getting a perspective from an athlete who is competing.
Sure.
So no Wodapalooza this year, just getting ready for the Open.
Yeah. It just didn't fit in my schedule this year. And I normally revolve my entire schedule around competitions, honestly. I have the liberty to do that. This year, however, being in Colorado, I would have to fly from Colorado to Miami, back to Colorado, and drive back to Alabama in our RV. Like, that's just, no, thanks. Let's cool the jets. And I'm good with that. I competed in all 4 big events last year: Wodapalooza, the Games, Masters Fitness Collective, and the Legends Championship. I'll take Wodapalooza off, and I will be ready for the Games. Be very ready.
There you go. And one last question: have you heard anything on rumors of where you guys are actually going to be competing and when?
Can't say.
So that means he knows. Do all the Master Games athletes know then?
No, not at all.
Just the best ones.
Just help. No, that's all. No one. Nope. I did see, I'll tell you this. I did see Dave Castro out at the Legends Championship as I change the subject. But I did see him, and he was there to meet with Joe and Bob, and they did some games planning out there, I think. And I know that Dave, he said he gave them some ideas as well, or gave them some tips on that. So just excited knowing that Castro, Bosman, Bob, and Joe were all working together on this thing. It's cool. It's cool to see that collaboration. So that's all I know. That's all I know.
There you go. All right.
Anyway, my internet connection's failing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, weird.
MLK 240. Grubb is the freaking man. Super cool dude. So
thanks, dude.
Appreciate it, Jason.
Appreciate that.
Let you get back to the family and the grandbaby.
All right, guys.
So
Thanks,
for jumping on.
Jason.
Congratulations on the grandbaby.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See ya.
Oh, his internet really is giving out. I thought that was a joke.
All right. Vindicate. Yeah, you don't have to pay apparently. So Vindicate was out there at Legends, and he was one of the vendors that did pay apparently. So
Hey, Vindicate, I paid for my games ticket not knowing that I didn't have to pay for a games ticket. So I'm there with you.
yeah, John's not aware of what happens with media and that you get in for
I
free.
had no idea.
I
I know now though. Yeah. So I'll be, it's good.
We're not going to ruin Savon's show for tomorrow morning talking about Epstein. So you guys can prep for that.
What the documents are going to be released?
Something like
That's
that.
kind of exciting. You want to talk about it?
I have not followed it, but can you
They're
give us
gonna
an
release-
update, John?
They're going to release all the people that he's ever been in contact with.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right. He's got a ledger, and of everybody who's visited Epstein Island, and got a massage from a little girl that they shouldn't have, and those names are going to be fun to see who came out.
I don't think anything's going to come of it, but
You don't think
no. All right, viewer comments.
It's a joke,
last
Kenneth.
week?
You got to pick up on my facetiousness sometimes, man. You get some of my jokes go over your head.
Yeah. All right. At for Paul Riki, I love this podcast. Keep it up, guys. Looking forward to 2024 podcast season.
Starting positive today.
I know. At Craig PK5CC, I agree with Spin about the amount of masters that will pop, and Legends should be forced to test them, and that goes for the teens as well. Let's see. At Chris Giles in Australia, fantastic show, boys. Love the blind rankings. We got some coming up for you. Question for you. We kind of talked about it, but at Julian Eiford 3792, what with the 3-year rule still in effect, who do you guys think will be affected the most by this? I wonder if Roman will have to go back to South Korea and compete.
Well, Roman's got a special exemption.
He
Right.
did. He did.
Oh,
He
you
still
don't
has to
think he
reapply
will?
for it.
Well, I guess we don't know if he has it this year. I think if he got it last year, he'll get it this year. Tia's good to go. She's in America. I think Ellie has one more year.
I think it's very close. I don't know.
think-
Last
I
year when
think
she
she
got
has
it,
another year.
when she didn't get the exemption, it seemed like everybody was saying this year she would be exempt.
Oceania will be the biggest people that are affected, the biggest region that's affected. Because Ellie and Tia potentially take up 2 of the 3 spots that could be offered.
Yeah. Tyler, what are your thoughts? Do you think Roman, Ellie get the exemption?
I think
I
Roman will get the exemption. They want I think they want Roman to
They
win the
want
games.
Roman. Yeah.
They want Roman to be here.
They want him to be America.
I think if Roman wasn't going to get the exemption, we would know. I think they would have made a stink out of it, as they should. And then, I think Ellie's the biggest one to think about.
Yeah.
I would really like it if Ellie were here.
I would too. Mostly so Oceania has 3 spots, not even because of Ellie in North America. No offense,
Right.
Ellie. You're going to make it. You'll be fine, girl. It's fine. But just so Oceania gets
Gets new.
the right amount of people, I feel.
At Amanda Charniga 7247, I want to know how old Tyler is.
How old do you think I am?
Do you think he's older or younger than me?
Let us know in the comments. We'll come back.
Let's see.
I forgot, Tyler. I truly don't know. I think I know, but I think I forgot.
Do you
We're
think-
close, aren't we?
I don't know how old you are. I can't remember.
All right, this will be fun then. We don't even know. We don't even know the answer, so this will be fun.
This last comment here at Kathy Stan 4379. I'm not sure if I always agree with John.
Just stop there.
I think he's hot, or if that he's always right. So,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, those are 2 true things there, Kathy.
both
Yeah,
true.
Kathy's a fan of
Comment
mine.
that, Wad Zombie.
No. Kathy is like my Audrey. If you
Aaron 25, which again, Aaron does a lot better job at reels. If you haven't checked that out, we may have to pull that up here in a bit. Kathy 28, older than John, 27.
Ooh,
Tyler is 30. John is 51.
I'd
There
be
you
at the
go,
game
Bob.
if I was 51. Jason Grubb would be in trouble. I'm telling you right now because he's not winning the strength events at all.
When I shaved my hair off, I was like, I immediately became 35. I don't think
Yeah.
you can be under 35 if you have a bald head.
I agree. When you shave, you look much older.
I'm 20 or I'm 32.
Are you sure? Are we sure
I'm
about that?
30. I'll be 32 in March. Sorry. I've already just been adopting 32.
So you're 31?
Yeah, 30, 31,
I am 29.
29.
I'm in the Masters, man. 42.
There you go.
You guys are babies.
Nice, Brian.
You guys ready for some blind rankings?
I'm ready. Let's get it. I actually think this is going to be the easiest one.
Also,
think
blind
so?
rankings of blind guys would be fun.
What the heck?
All right, today's topic: the best athletes to never win the CrossFit Games.
All
So,
right. You know
no
Vellner's
Froning,
first. Hey,
no
we got a
Tia,
first
no
one.
Matt.
We got a first. You know Vellner's first. Right? And then Cara Saunders is probably second.
I don't know that.
And then we'll figure it out after that.
You don't know. You don't know who's coming up, so that's not always
But
easy.
those are the best people. Like you have to. Those are your people. Go ahead.
Pat Vellner.
One.
I'll
There's
go.
nobody. There's nobody.
But we
nobody-
do this every time. There's
No,
always
who
one.
is better? He is the fittest man that has never won the games. Who's better?
Fittest man or woman? Or is
Both.
it just males?
He's the
Both.
fittest
It
person.
is both.
Yeah, I'll go Pat. I don't want to argue on this.
And if you
You're
want to go, if
probably
you
right.
want to say like Roman or Ricky, they don't have the longevity that Pat does. I put Pat ahead of them in this
All right,
line.
Yeah.
Pat Vellner. You used your number one already.
All right. If Cara's up there, she's number 2. Oh, here's the
Five.
thing. Sarah used to be
Sorry.
good, and now she's not. So
Five.
but okay.
I never thought she was going to win the games. I love her as an athlete, but I never thought she
Tyler.
was going to win the games.
But what if I'm up there?
Oh,
Then I'm 5. I'm worse than Sarah. Is what
No
I'm saying is
one-
there can be worse people than Sarah.
I don't think so.
What?
She was podium twice, right?
Yeah. I'm saying like, what if there's a person that he has that is trash?
I'll put her at 4, but I don't think there's going to be anyone worse than her.
I agree with you. I just
Man,
feel
I
like
want to fight with
there's
you.
no. He can easily trick us with this. Is what I'm saying.
I'll go with 4. That's all I can give you.
Okay. No. I agree with 4. But I want the record to show Sarah is 5 unless you're tricking us.
I'm not tricking anybody. Scott Panchik.
2.
Mm.
2 for sure. He would be at number 1 if
So,
if Pat weren't
no.
there.
To win the games.
Yes.
That's wildly different than
He's
podium.
the best athlete.
He's
to
never
win.
podiumed.
Yes.
How is he the best if he never even came
He's
close to
so
third?
good, dude. A decade plus. He's so good. I want to, but
I'm fine with
he's
2.
not lower
I
than
usually
3.
I usually just yell over you, so I'm fine with 2. I just think it's to win the games. It's not to podium. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody who's won second place before that.
I don't like.
I'll
Spence
go with
face
2.
right now.
I'll
He's doing
accept.
something sneaky.
I'll accept you with 2. But if Cara is up here, you are wrong. But I will accept 2 because I usually am the one.
Never
to
mind.
yell
Go
over.
3. Go 3. Go
No,
3.
no.
Cara's-
You wanted 2.
All right.
I'll let it be with you. Okay, you can pick 2 or 3.
3. Fuck. 3.
All right, don't let me talk you into it, Tyler. It's a team effort.
Cara's a good point.
Julie Fouché.
5.
Dude, Julie was really good, man. You have to
She
think of the
never
era.
finished outside the top 5. For
Yeah,
some perspective.
and
Well,
like,
yeah, but
if
she's
you
not
listen to
better
Chris
than
Henshaw,
Scott.
she's the greatest athlete of all time. And
She's not better than
she
Scott.
tore her Achilles. A lot of people thought she was going to win, and then she tore her Achilles. She was the greatest American that's not named Carrie Pierce. Women. It depends. It depends. She's either 5, but you're banking on 2 being like
Good.
really good. Yeah, because 2 could be trash.
I'm going with 5.
All right. That's fine. I hope Cara's the next one. Well, I feel like we're gambling.
All right, you ready? And number 2 is Carson.
Carson.
Let's go.
Nice. Good job.
Rah!
Really
Yes. All right. Look at this. That's the best blind rankings you've ever seen. Look at that.
Thank
That's
God
beautiful.
you brought up Cara. I
That's
would have
beautiful.
totally screwed that
I
up.
love this. I'm so excited that we did that. This means nothing, but my life got a little bit better. All right.
I'm glad we beat Spin. We beat
Yeah,
Spin.
I feel like we won. I feel like we've lost the last
did.
2, and we won this blind rankings.
Is there anybody you would put in the top 5 that I did not include?
I haven't really put a big thought into it, man.
No.
If Roman or Ricky never wins the games, but like they're too recent.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
to
know?
say they've never win the games. I mean, yeah, factually they have never won the games, but they also haven't had a lot of attempts.
Like Roman, Ricky, Emma Lawson,
Yeah.
they're all. I would put all of those people ahead of the top 4 people we have, except Bellner.
Mhm.
Like as far as like if they never win, but they were fit, like how fit they were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Did you have any you kept out that you thought,
Noah, BKG were 2 big ones.
Podium,
BKG's
if
kind
you
of
would
like
say
Scott
podium-
Panchik. He's never been close to winning. It's the thing is, it's winning. It's not
Yeah. It is different.
right.
For sure.
It's wildly different. Fikowski, baby, he's been second before, but again, like his chance of winning was like you never thought he was going to win. That's almost because of Fraser,
Well,
though.
it's
You know,
because of
he was
Fraser,
second in a
This
year
is
that
gonna-
Matt Fraser was there, so he was the fittest person in the world. That wasn't Matt Fraser.
Same with Noah.
This-
He
this
could
is
have
gonna
won
come
without
across
Frazier.
me.
You're
but-
right. Noah's in a weird year, though.
Yeah. It's going to come
I
across
was
me,
curious
but
what you guys
Brent-
were going to do with Sarah and Julie, to be honest. They're a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this
Their
list.
peak
man.
was years ago, so it was tough for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys, how are you going to relate to how Cara and Scott did?
There's some
Pretty good.
recency bias in the Sarah Julie. I think you could flip flop either of those and make
If
arguments
Sarah
either
retired
way.
5 years ago, I think people would think of Sarah as way fitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if she was done.
Yeah. Instead
100%.
of faded out.
Yeah.
Travis Mayer?
He can't even get top 5, man. What are you talking about? My new mic is right here, Julian. I'm just holding it down here. Okay. I don't have a stand yet. Brian has promised me a stand is coming, but right now I just have to hold it.
Yeah. John picked out the most popular one that's on back order. So
Fikowski?
This isn't the
No.
most popular one?
no, the little stand.
The
it's
stand.
a new
the
stand
Wow.
The stand.
that just came out.
I
So,
feel so cool with the arm.
I know. I don't know why John didn't want the arm, but
I don't know where I would put the arm. Y'all, I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't know.
all right. Big news, Tyler. Heat1 app. Pretty big a post by Wodapalooza today.
Yeah, it was big for us. I mean, it's exciting. So for those who don't know, we've partnered with Wodapalooza and Pliability to bring Heat1 to Wodapalooza. Sorry, Loud and Live and Wodapalooza or Pliability. So you'll be able to.
You messed
Sorry.
that up so bad.
That's all
This
right.
reel makes so much more sense
I'm
now.
sorry. That was
There's a reason. There's a reason I hired Aaron. Yeah, so you'll be able to pick individuals and teams for top 10 and individual. There'll be prizes for both of those. I'm really excited to see how it goes out. We'll be in the broadcast, so you'll be able to see who the fan.
You're not
picks each
speaking,
men
though,
are.
right?
No,
Okay, good.
no. I hire people to do that for me. I don't know why you guys let me on a podcast.
Dude, the sponsor reading was so bad. I don't know why. I would listen to a podcast and they do sponsors right in the podcast, and one of the guys messed up the sponsor and started laughing in the middle of it. And then that's the only reason I'm laughing so much is because you just did the same thing, and it was just,
it's so hard, dude. Anyway, it's also confusing because it's like it's a ton of partners. But anyway, yeah. What
Let's
do you guys
get it.
want to know?
Walk us through it. What do we do? How do we do it?
Well, first you said prizes. When are we going to find out the prizes?
I guess I can kind of talk about that now. We've not done an official release of the prizes. So for the two divisions, there's individuals and teams. We're moving on.
I gotta mute myself because I'm
for individuals, they'll be the top 10, which we think, like, I really enjoyed playing top 10. I think it's super difficult. Something always happens. So for that, the top prize will be $1,000 from us.
Oh, snap. Out of pocket?
Out of pocket.
Hear that, Spin? That's from you. It's not from me.
Out of pocket.
Wodapalooza is going to give VIP tickets to Wodapalooza 2025.
Nice.
In Miami. And then Pliability will give away a gym, a yoga mat, a shirt, a hoodie, and 3 months free of their programming. The Pliability awards go a little bit down all the way to 10, but if you are in the top 10, you will win prizes. And then the same prizes are for teams, but the shot collar game.
So, and for people who don't know, shot caller is whenever you pick this person to win the event, guy and girl to win the event. The people with the best percentage of that will be the top 10. That is like where skill comes into play. Top 10 is fun, but a lot of it's lucky. I mean, my mom won last time, and I promise you, a lot of like top 10 is like you kind of just got lucky with somebody getting hurt or somebody. You know what I mean? Something like Tyler said, something always happens. Shot caller is like these were the people that like you got there's skill involved in shot caller. You got to know how to, and that's what I make my money on. If you can beat me in shot caller, you are pretty good at your CrossFit pick knowledge, I guess I'll say.
Wad Zombie, the app is looking so clean.
Appreciate that. Adam will appreciate that. We made shot caller even easier because now we don't have restrictions on how many times you can play someone.
I think it's BS. I think you need to have it with 2 people. I hate that there's no restrictions. That's a part of the game. That's a part of the game.
I'm looking forward to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead, John or Tyler. I got to pull something up here.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been working on this for 2 years, and then Adam's been working on this with me for a year. We recently added Aaron to the team. I remember being in Wodapalooza in 2021 and thinking like we can do this here. And so I don't know. It's like a little bit of a dream come true for me. So I'm really proud, and we'll see what happens.
Mama Young, that wasn't luck, John. Where do you think you got your analysis skills from?
Hey, for dang sure did not come from you, Mom. I'm sorry, but I'll say I got my strength from my parents, but I did that was all me. Go ahead, Tyler.
And then you got some T-shirts from Vindicate. What's this?
Yeah.
What's going on with this, Tyler?
So if you want to support us in different ways, of course, download the app, but then also go over to Vindicate's site, or you can go to Vindicate's site for now. There are 2 versions of the same T-shirt on black. One's in comfort colors, and the other one's like your standard 60-40 blend shirt. I'm excited to get the comfort color shirt. So yeah, and then we'll also be having T-shirts, special Wodapalooza T-shirts, but we're only going to give those out at Wodapalooza. So if you see us, maybe you can beg us and we'll give you one.
There you go. All right, I'd be remiss if we don't play this. So.
Aaron, this is literally the awkwardest thing I've ever done. Hey everyone, I'm Tyler.
What's up, everyone? I'm Adam.
I'm Erin, and we're the Heat1 team. Heat1 is excited to announce that we're heading to sunny Miami for Wodapalooza in January.
We're going to have plenty of stuff for you guys to participate in. We're going to have
behind the scenes,
stats,
up-to-date scores,
prizes,
top secret workout information. Why am I sweating?
ways to meet and compete against your favorite athletes.
Giveaways and more. Or less. We have a lot going on.
Of course, we'll have the Heat1 fantasy games, including top 10 and shot caller for individuals and teams.
Whether you be there with us or depressed at home, follow us on Instagram to get all the things.
Follow us on Instagram and compete on the Heat1 app. Download now.
Or we'll find you. Just kidding. Is that terrifying?
There you
All
go.
right.
I'm so thankful for Erin. She saved the hell out of that.
You're a natural in front of the camera, Tyler.
I feel so natural in front of the camera.
Jeremy World, a little bit of an off topic, but congrats to Brian Spin for beating John in the Fantasy Football League.
Oh yeah, congrats on that.
Yes.
Jeremy was threatening to unsubscribe and unfollow after I beat him in the game before that. I said for the prize money, I'm going to take that chance. So
Yes.
came out on top. John threw
did.
a seg up there pretty bad.
No. You know, it's terrible. I had the most fantasy points every single week in the playoffs by like 40 points, murdering everybody every week. And then in the championship week was literally the worst week of all time. Like it was 2 people got hurt. The Vikings decided to start a rookie quarterback that can't do anything. It was bad the entire time. Honestly, that was very depressing. I lost in 2 fantasy football championships and the Vikings lost, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. It was a very depressing weekend. I'm not going to lie. So let's move on to Wodapalooza.
Before we move on, I got a
Congratulations.
question here. T-Bird, Tyler, any plans to update eventually to allow dragging picks once selected without having to delete and reselect?
If you update your app, that is now a thing.
Boom.
Heat1.app/download. There you go. Go get it. Update all of your apps. And yeah. So TYR Wodapalooza. So it's official. I will be down in Miami with Tyler, and John will be where you see him.
Remote.
Right now. That's right.
I'll be in my chair.
It's my turn to go out to an event.
In my chair.
So yeah, if you guys are down there, come say hi. Over at the Paper Street Coffee and Vindicate booth more than I should be. But John, you'll be on Savon's show, I assume. For
Yeah,
hours
man.
and hours on end.
I assume I will be either just as busy or more busy because I'm going to try to be everywhere that wants me. Okay. So if Taylor's show wants me and JR's show wants me, Spin, we're doing a recap show, I assume. And then I'll be on
Maybe not.
Savon's.
We'll see how tired I am.
I'll be on Savon's covering it from, I don't know why we don't do this in any competition except Wodapalooza, but he'll just have an 8-hour podcast and like an 8-hour live stream. Oh, we'll just stay on for the whole competition. Like we don't even have to go off.
Well, they're the only ones that allow us to stream the actual competition.
I get it.
If we tried to
but
do that
like,
at the games, we'd get kicked out immediately.
there's no breaks. Games, there's breaks. Rogue, there's breaks, right? And it's not a lot of breaks, but it's enough breaks. You can go get something to eat, Dude, it's 8 hours straight last year. It was ridiculous. My ears hurt because, listen, I got these ears that stick out. They're really bad. And my head, like my ears hurt after a little bit. It was rough. Savon's got the most chair endurance I've ever seen in my life. He can sit in one spot longer than anybody else.
But I mean, we got a big crew there. I mean, we got JR,
Pedro.
Pedro, Will, me, you.
Oh, y'all are gonna have a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
stoked.
time. Good time. Will, do we have any idea when both rosters will be
Kind of.
finalized?
Well,
I don't.
Okay.
We'll go through that here.
Before the first event.
Yeah. That's one thing that is different with Wodapalooza is that they do allow athletes to kind of make last minute changes, whether they jump in or big changes to the teams. And I feel like, at least for the teams, that's got to be the case. Because we've only got
teams have not been announced very much at all.
Only 3 men's teams have been officially announced. 1 women's team just came out yesterday, I think it was. Brooke Wells, Bailey Rail, and Paige Powers. But that's it on the women's side of automatic invite teams.
If any of the individuals pull out, we will send notifications on that, so you'll be up to date on those. As far as the official, like people being added, we're at where you all are as far as that.
So last week I put out an article that went through what we know, what we don't know. So I wanted to kind of go through that and kind of get you guys' take on it. So like last year, the elite individuals will take on the competition Thursday and Friday. Elite teams will take it on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and then all the community divisions will go from Friday through Sunday. So a 3-day competition. No change there. I do have a schedule there, kind of high level. This is what was included in the athlete handbook that was sent to all of the elite athletes, at least, kind of giving them a sense of when competition will start and end. But it's a pretty high level schedule at this point. What we do know is that the elite individuals, it states that they'll be starting on Thursday at the Tina Hills stage. So if you are familiar with Wodapalooza, that's generally where the weightlifting competitions take place. A lot of the masters and adaptives also have some stuff there, but I don't expect the lifting event to be the first one. Could be wrong, but we'll find out. As part of the PFAA agreement with Wodapalooza, they have outlined in that athlete handbook the number of workouts and number of scored events for each division. And so you see here, elite individuals, 5 workouts. So they take the floor 5 times. They have 6 scored workouts. So one of them is a 2-parter, which has been announced. And the elite teams will take the floor 6 times and have 6 scored events. Thoughts on the reduced volume? Last year, I think there was like 8 events or 8 scored events. It was a lot. What do you think about maybe the scaling back the volume, John?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just puts an onus on the event. You know, I just want a good, well-rounded test. I don't want it to be skewed in any way I mean, it's okay for it to be skewed a little somewhere, but I don't want it to be so heavily strength or gymnastics or cardio. I just want a well-rounded test. If you're going to pay people $50,000, it needs to be a well-rounded test, especially when this caliber of athlete is at your competition. I think the athletes appreciate it. I think they were asking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it almost makes teams the main event. And, you know, that could be really fun. It was fun last year, right? But like this makes the teams, like, in my opinion, this makes the teams like the main event. I know they were like a big thing because like a lot of the big players were doing the teams, but, you know, individual is almost like the tune-up for the team event.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think that's pretty cool. That's a little, it's like we're going more team and less indie. And, you know, I'm here for it. I don't know how to pan out, but I think it'll be fun.
Legendary, I thought you wanted less events spin. You talked about less than 8 events last time. I completely agree with the direction of going with less events. This will be tricky to see how it plays out with Thursday and Friday. Wodapalooza generally on Thursday is pretty quiet. You know, it is free for everybody to come in and do it because it's only the elite individuals is going to be there. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, we'll get into the workouts here soon. But it'll be interesting to see how they structure the workouts. What does that viewer experience look like on Thursday with only 5 times they take the floor, right? It's really only 5 workouts. You just get 6 scores for it. Tyler, what do you think?
About the number of workouts, I like where it's at. I honestly don't care if it's skewed. I differ from John on this. I think for the most part, Wodapalooza is pretty well balanced. Like
It has been.
historically.
It has been. It has
so
not been a skewed event. Yeah.
It's not really a worry of mine, but if it were, I wouldn't care. Especially considering, like, I do think you're right. I think it's incentivizing the team stuff, and so if it's skewed, but it lends a hand to athletes feeling better for the team competition, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And what's funny though is like what the events thus far that we know in individual, we don't know all of them, correct?
We do
know
not.
3.
We know
of the
3 workouts for scored events right now for the individuals.
What we've seen so far, it is pretty balanced. I know they have the one strength event, but the others are pretty CrossFit-y, right? I know the bike and the run will be your endurance event, but
that's not confirmed yet.
Oh, that's not elite individuals, right?
That is for everybody except the elite individuals.
That's so sketchy. I would have loved to see people sell it on the bike and then run. Anyway, what we've seen so far has been pretty CrossFit-y. I haven't, what I mean? There's not like too much gymnastics, too much weights, too much cardio.
Yep. Quick shift back to Heat 1. Fergie Show $4.99. Thank you. That's for John to send him your Wodapalooza picks before the deadline.
Well, when we have all the, I think I'm supposed to. When do you need that by, Tyler? I'm pretty sure my ranking is going to be on the Wodapalooza app.
No, we've had to make changes. We can't.
Oh, well, never mind. They scrapped it. They said, "Hey, we're gonna feature you," and now
you'll have your own picks out there. But
you'll be able to see your picks. Yeah.
I
wanted to add this about Heat 1 as well. The Latin American Cup is also playable for both, or for the individuals for shot caller and top 10.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick that if there are Latin American listeners out there.
There you go. Extra Sloppy is made a Sevenistas League in Heat 1. So look for that. So I wanted to be able to do predictions tonight, but we just don't have.
We don't know enough.
You want to look at the events and then just say who you think would win it?
Well, let's go do the athletes first. So list off some of the big names on the individual side that we do know. We have Ricky Garrard, Guy Malheiros, Nick Matthew, Pat Vellner, Travis Mayer, of course. Brent Fikowski, Roman Krenikov are the men who have been announced on Wodapalooza. We also know that Colton Mertens will be competing. And then I think the big one from the qualifier is John's Austin Hatfield. On the women's side, those have been announced: Ariel Lowen, Danny Spiegel, Sydney Wells, Emily Rolfe, Olivia Kerstetter. And then we have on the qualifier, Grace Walton and Rebecca Fusilier is kind of the big names there. I will say I did ask around if there are some top women competing, and I did get confirmation. So Emma Carey did tell me she will be competing. And Gabby Magala told me she was competing. So those two will be added to the list. On the team side, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
So well, we have the winning team. The winning team on the guys' side has been announced.
The one with Travis.
Yeah, there's a new team, right?
Not the one with Travis.
What are you talking about, dude? Go ahead.
The new team was Ricky Garrard, Jason Hopper, and Dallin Pepper.
Oh yeah, that.
That's the team.
That's the team, man.
So
unless the Canadians get together again, they haven't been announced. If the Canadians get together, I'm not going to pick.
Well, Pat's already going to be on the old man team. So announced Travis Mayer and Will Morad.
Yeah, so they can't be together. Never mind.
No. I don't think Adler's coming this year. So
Fikowski's got to do a team with somebody.
I have no idea.
I bet he does.
He doesn't have to.
Man.
He could do PFAA stuff while he's there.
I bet he does.
What about Team PFAA?
Who you got?
They
Pat,
should
Brent,
wear.
who?
Let's see who else is on there. Royce Dunn is on
Royce,
there.
but he
Oh, that would be a fun mix.
Who else? I have no
I would
idea.
really
I don't know all the PFA board members. Sorry.
Team PFAA needs to wear like wrist guards and elbow pads.
And
I'd
helmets.
really love to see that, and helmets. Like really bright ones, like orange or something.
Yeah. So it is a little odd. I can't remember when we got the full roster last year. I feel like we had a lot more teams being announced ahead of time. Like we knew a lot of them. But it's just we're kind of in the dark at this point.
Which sucks because like I really want to put together my rankings, and the teams are the hardest to put together rankings for, I think.
Well, there's only 4 of them.
It should
Right.
be easy.
But like even with full rosters of teams, like it's still really difficult because it's like you really have to dive into workouts more and who's on the team, and you can't use just straight metrics anymore. So
BJY is on. No
He
one
did not
says
know how to say that.
no one says a name wider than Spin.
You
That's
are
true.
pretty white, Spin. It's okay.
That is true.
We all
Did you
can't
guys
be multiracial.
did you guys see the bike trail?
Mhm.
yeah, good catch on that.
Yeah, let me pull that up here. Go through that. Let's see.
While Spin's doing that, John and I we've yet to figure out the full scope of the segment, but we'll be doing a little thing
Prop
between
bets?
him and I. Yeah, we'll be doing prop bets called Betting with the Boys. We'll be setting prop bets based on events, different people, just a whole lot of stuff, and so you guys can play along with us on that. We'll put that at the very least on socials. So I'm excited to do that.
Mm-hmm. And it'll just be another feature of the Heat1 app. So like you'll have your fantasy games, and then if you want to make prop bets, I mean you can bet real money, right?
Wait, no.
Wow.
That's full on gambling, John. You got to be. There's like a lot of law.
It's legal in like 13 states.
Yeah, if you have
just
a
not
lawyer,
not on Heat1 yet.
right?
Is it
Heat1
legal? Is gambling
worldwide.
legal in Florida? Sports
Yeah,
gambling?
actually, yeah.
Well, then what's the problem, man?
But you have to get a casino involved. Fantasy is legal and unregulated, so you can do whatever you want. In
you can just
Florida.
Ozark it up. It'd be all right.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
So one of the workouts is called Bike Race. It is at Virginia Key North Point Park, which it just kind of briefly mentions in the Wodapalooza like teaser video. So I went and started researching bike parks, found this one, and then of course started Googling and trying to find what this thing actually looks like. And so the workout itself is, I believe, 50/40 calories on the bike, followed by a 5K run. Let's see. Do I have that right?
It's literally across the bridge.
50
there.
cal bike and then a 5K run.
Yep.
And then you're thinking they're just running this bike trail.
And so the video that Wodapalooza shows is this woman running into, like, basically where you see the screenshot right now of her running into this gated area and then going off to the right, which is this long and windy road trail. And so I wanted to go see what this actually looked like. And so here's a quick little video of what it is. I mean, it is a very narrow path, a lot of places, rocky, bumpy.
Dude, I love running trails like this.
Same.
Like in Kentucky, it was just trails like this, but they were mountainous. Like they'd go up and down. And I mean, trail running is so much more fun than like running on the road.
Yeah, this is going to be much different than any type of road race. I mean,
and what, Lana? Well, what are you going to kick my butt at? Huh? I'm an amazing biker. Okay. That's like one of my greatest things. You can come on down.
Yeah. Clock. It's a 5K trail run.
Yeah. You probably beat me in the trail run though. I'm not the fastest runner.
I think some people saw the video and they thought that it was a bike race because it's called Bike Race, but it's biking and then racing while you run.
There's still not a lot of room to pass.
There is not. I think there's going to be a lot of
elbowing.
a lot of premium
Yeah.
on getting out of the
leader.
fast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the
it's
trail run
only
in
for- the
2016.
individuals is only the 50 calorie, 40 calorie bike to start it off. Teams, it's just the 5K run. So depending on where the start line is, that could be chaos going into that little narrow piece. I don't know if there's going to be a mass shotgun start. If it's like a relay, I have no idea. But if it's multiple divisions of teams running at the same time, that's a lot of people on that small little trail. Trying to pass will be crazy. So I thought that was a interesting thing to kind of show. I like it. It's
Yeah.
on my guess is it's probably on a Saturday.
Is this the first time Wodapalooza has gone off site?
In recent history, as far as I know. They may
Yeah.
have gone
Back in
pre
the day.
2019, yeah,
Right.
when it was really, really small. But since it is what it is today, I don't think it has. If
I
can
don't
remember
think
right.
so. I can't remember a time that they were.
That's kind of exciting on its own that they decided to venture out and do that. Maybe it's something we look forward to seeing in the future continually.
So T-Bird, Ricky, or Fikowski to win. See, that's the problem. They're not doing it. At least to the knowledge that.
But if they were
we have
doing
not
it,
been
the answer would be Roman.
That's not an option.
You think?
He's in
Ricky
it,
or
I
Fikowski to win.
don't think Roman.
for sure.
Ricky for sure. I put Ricky on that.
Ricky's a better runner, but the trail will slow him down a little bit. And if Roman gets out in front, it's hard to pass him. This is like, you remember when Hopper beat everybody at the Rogue Run?
Yeah.
Right? Dominated. Is
Mhm.
he a better runner than Ricky? No. Is he a better runner than Jeff? No. That 50 cows, Roman will get off 10 seconds before everybody else, and then he'll just be able to hold
Put his
on.
elbows out and start blocking everybody.
Yeah.
You think Adler will show up just if they are
Just
doing
for that
it?
event. Just for that event. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Ricky. It wouldn't surprise me if Ricky won. I don't think Fikowski would win that race. I think Ricky and Roman are both better runners than Fikowski, and I think Roman gets off the bike first. Ricky's the best runner, so it wouldn't surprise. I would pick Ricky and Roman. I think it would be a fun race to watch. If we do.
If they do that for the individuals, how do you think they video it? Do you think they do?
A drone.
Like that seems
can't
super tight to go in with the drone. I wouldn't
No,
do
you
it.
can't. You can't even video that, which is going to be wild for the elite teams, which is I'm a little surprised at. But
It's an echo bike, right?
yes, yeah, that's what they showed on the video.
But you might
Clock.
be able
Will they go harder on the biker to get position on the run? 100%. You should.
Mm-hmm.
You should, because that is.
So if Ricky goes harder on the biker or the echo bike, Roman's recovery pace is everybody else's working pace. You've heard him say that before, and it's true. So Roman's just warming it up, and Ricky's out of breath. And even though he's a better runner, I just think this is one that gives him, like, yeah, I think Roman's the 4th or 5th best runner, period. Right? He got 3rd in the games in the 5K,
You're
but
right,
I'm
you're
going to
right.
go ahead and say Ricky's a better runner. So if he's the 4th or 5th best runner, period, and he's the best biker for sure, unless you're Dallin Pepper, because he's won 3 of the last 4 biking workouts. But I'm not going to bet against Roman. I just am not going to bet against him. Yeah, I just think, I don't know. I wish they did. I wish they were doing this one. This is a really fun event. I wish the individuals would do this one. It's a great cardio endurance event. You have a strength specific event already. You get an endurance event, and the rest can be CrossFit. You throw your gymnastics in whenever you want to. It fits perfectly. I don't know why they're not doing it.
Yeah, my only guess is it's on Saturday, and they can only rent out. Like you can rent out the place,
And you can't
and
do it on
a
Thursday or
special
Friday.
events. My guess is that they couldn't do it 2 days, which would then wouldn't allow elite individuals to do it. But everybody else is competing on a Saturday.
Well, then echo bike and run somewhere else.
So my thought, and we'll get into all of the workouts here, is
Okay.
the individuals, because they're starting on at Tina Hills, they'll have their own type of start there, run, go do something, maybe swim, come back and finish or something like that. That is similar to it, but different. That's still on campus for it. So looking at the workouts, let's see. All right. So the first individual workout, 4-time, 21-15-9 parallel bar dips, hang power cleans at 185, 125 into 15-12-9 shoulder to overhead bar muscle ups.
God, it's gonna be breathy.
This is a bad boy of a workout. I like you can just read it, but I'm telling you, this is gonna be a hard workout to do.
No one's going unbroken on those muscle ups.
Oh, I think somebody will. I don't think
After
anybody.
the dips?
Yeah, I don't.
No way.
John.
Yeah, man.
You're crazy
for
as
sure.
hell.
If there's Victor Hoffer there, he'll go unbroken.
And shoulder to overhead? No, there's no chance.
Yeah,
Dude, those
Come
9 last bar muscle ups are going to be rough.
No. I agree. I don't know how you break it up. like no, and like y'all are thinking about that. It's straight into it. There's no break. The 21-15-9. You gonna do 21 hang power cleans with 185 unbroken? I know you can, but like that's a lot. That's a lot.
This is not a short workout. Like,
no.
What's the time frame on this?
I don't think
9,
it has
10
a
minutes
time cap shared.
So parallel bar dips, I'm assuming that they have to, is it like the 7-7-7, 5-5-5, 3-3-3, like they have to travel across to do that? Or is it you travel across and just do 21 straight?
I bet it's I bet it.
We'll see what they may have in the preview, give you a little bit of a hint. After the 30-second preview.
See, it doesn't see him.
He's on the, it doesn't show him traversing.
Traveling. Okay, I just feel like, why are you going to have that there if you're not traversing it?
That's true.
Are those grips, like, is that going all the way down on his forearm, or are those like, those must just be like,
regardless, is there a time cap for this workout?
I don't see one.
Right.
Okay, well,
no time cap.
I think it's like 3 minutes just for the dips alone, and then you get another 3 minutes for the power clean. 6.
Give me a minute. I'm doing math on it.
Shoulder to overhead. I know. I can. Somebody got to talk.
The dips will be faster than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All the dips
faster than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at 40 seconds on the first set,
and the other 2 sets are smaller.
Right.
Okay.
That's only 1:20 if you did all the work.
I would say 2 minutes for the dips.
Mm-hmm.
And then
3 minutes for the cleans.
So 5, and then double that. That's 10 at least.
5.
If not way more.
I don't think it's double. So the shoulder to overhead will be unbroken. So it's like, we'll just call it a minute even with rest, but it's probably more like 40 seconds. So I'm going to say 2 minutes on the shoulder to overhead. So that's 7. And then the bar muscle ups. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. After all that work, close to 10.
Because the bar muscle ups will be 3 to 4, probably closer to 4. So with breaking and resting and failing, I would say a 12 to 15 minute workout.
This wouldn't be fun to do at home.
Speak for yourself, bro. This is a hard workout.
Hard. Like, you can't hide from it. It sucks, but it would be fun. I'd like the ones that expose you and you just kind of have to friggin' stare them down.
I think you'd be surprised in bar muscle ups though. People can crank those out. Like, it's not.
I mean, you can breathe. Like, once you're really good at bar muscle ups, you can breathe on them. It's just it's going to be like the pressing fatigue.
I get you.
Like, you get to that point on handstand push-ups where you just can't push anymore. And that's what I feel like is going to happen to everybody.
I say Roman wins this.
Could happen.
Roman.
Actually, you know what? Austin Hatfield wins this event.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick, really, though.
Coming out with a bang. Dude, if Austin Hatfield wins the first event, I'm going to be, oh my gosh. Like,
We don't know this is the first event.
well, I hope
Just to
it
be
is.
clear.
Just, it's because a
Um,
lot of me doesn't think he's a good swimmer or runner. So I hope he's.
I mean, that is probably a pretty good pick. I want to say Vellner on the gymnastics piece of it with the dips and
The shoulder
bar
to
muscle
overhead,
ups,
man.
but yeah, the shoulder to overhead might get him so he doesn't get a win. What about on the women's side?
Women's side. Yeah.
Ariel, Gabby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ariel Lowen. Ariel Lowen. That's a great pick because she's gonna
That
have
is a
dip.
good pick.
She has the dips for sure. The weights for the women, it's you notice how it's scaled a little bit more. Like typically it'd be 135, especially for games women, which means I think the stronger women, which are the games women, will move this a lot better. I think Ariel's a great pick.
What's your girl Grace going to do on this? You like her for this?
I think she's not going to do the
Gymnastics
bar
dinner?
muscle ups. As like I
Broken.
think, yeah. I think she gets, yeah. I just think like Grace is a bigger girl, right? And like this is just pressing all day. And I know it's not like handstand push-up pressing, but
Mhm.
the little gymnastic girls are just gonna be better in this workout.
No love, Barclaydale. Grace is gonna get 32nd.
At the
Wow.
games. At the games.
Overall?
Barkley,
games.
no,
At the
this
games.
is at the games. Inside
All right.
joke, Tyler. You weren't a part of it.
Okay.
All right. Deja Vu is the next one. Individual workout. So this one is a 2-part workout. So this is the 2 scored event workout. 3 minutes intervals. It's a 3-minute AMRAP, then a 5-minute AMRAP, and then for time. So you start at 25/20 assault row calories, 30 wall balls, 35 chest to bar pull-ups, 30 box jump overs, 25 dumbbell snatches. So in the first 3 minutes, you go as far as you can, starting with the assault row. You
Rest 1
reset
minute.
after a minute rest. You now do a 5-minute AMRAP, starting with the row again. And then after another minute rest, you now complete the entire 5 movements for time. So that last part for time is a scored event. The total number of reps across all parts is also a scored event. So really the last one should be a wash if everybody finishes. But if you don't finish, you lose reps off that. So it's how fast you can go in the first 2 intervals, essentially, and then how fast you can finish it the third time.
So this is almost pick your poison. I'm not a big fan of workouts like this because you're just going to have people that send it on the first one, and then you're going to have people who pace it properly for the last one. And then you'll have people who overpace it.
Yep.
Right. And like the best way to go with this is to just have a nice, hard effort on each one, never selling your soul until the last one. Right. But by the time you get to the last one, you're going to be, it's only 1 minute of rest. So you're going to be like so fatigued, like you don't have a sell your soul kind of a thing. It's still that hard effort. Right. So like the best way to approach these workouts is just to have a solid, hard effort the whole entire time. And then the fittest, it is like the fittest will rise to the top on this because they just will recover better. But there's not, yeah.
What's that? What's the assault row? Have you guys rode on an assault rower?
I have not. I've heard there's no damper setting on the assault rower. So
Right.
you literally just get on and you start pulling.
It's an 8.
Is it?
The assault row is the equivalent of an 8 damper.
That's fine for a 25 calorie row.
Yeah, you know who rows aren't. I think, you know, it's funny. And the box jumps are high.
30-inch. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Vellner wins this workout.
Travis Mayer. That's not a joke.
It's not a bad pick at all. Travis is very bouncy. He's very good at box jumps. He's very good at wall ball. He's probably the best wall baller there is in the world. He's very good at rowing. Not very good at chest to bars, relatively.
It's not a lot.
No, it's not. 35's a good chunk.
It's not.
But,
it's not. But it's not like.
and then the 20 dumbbell snatches are kind of 25 dumbbell snatches, heavy dumbbell snatches.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like we'll just see who you are when you get there. But I agree with Travis. Is not a bad pick at all for this workout. I think I could see Travis winning the 3 minutes, and then Pat and Travis are even in the 5 minutes, and then Pat wins for time.
What about Brent?
The pull-ups will slow Brent down.
Do you like Sprague on this?
The pull-ups will slow Sprague down.
That's what I wondered. I don't know what his pull-up ability is like.
It's not like they're going to be fine. They're going to have fine times, but to win the workout.
But do you really think the 35 chest to bar sets you back that far if you're tall?
Yes, 100 pull-ups, just pull-ups, not chest to bar, pull-ups. Single-handedly made Fikowski last place in Triple G, Chipper in 2017.
Well,
he was last place coming up the pull-ups, and he never recovered, and everything else he was fine at. I just think
I'm talking.
It's not just one set. Well, she's in the same boat. It's not one. It's not just one
cumulative,
set.
because you got to imagine the first 3 minutes you're going to get through the chest to bar. Or
I think that's where
close.
they'll end up. I think,
right.
yeah, I think the winner will get through the chest to bar. I think a lot of people are going to be in the chest to bar because you got to think you're not sprinting that row. You're going hard, but you're not sprinting it. So let's say you're 55 seconds, right? 55 seconds. And then the 30 wall balls, that's a minute, right? That's a minute 55.
Right.
35 chest to bar, sure, unbroken, you're done in 40 seconds. But if you're not unbroken, that's right at a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to go in, like, I don't
if
think
you're
a lot of
not
people go
trying to
unbroken.
win, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're not trying to win that
3 minute
it
interval,
doesn't matter.
It
It's
doesn't.
time across part C. Yeah, so it's just reps. But if those reps are so fast that it would be worth it to push as far as you can into them if you think they're going to get caught there.
Sure, but I think this
problem
is
box jump overs. The reps aren't the same as a pull up.
Right.
Yes, but like they're all going to be able to rebound those box jump overs. It's actually, I mean,
it's not going to be as fast as chest to bar. You're talking about two.
No, but I'm saying relative time you can make up on people, right? I mean, like Travis can make up people on box jump overs. He's very bouncy, but like 2 box jump overs across 30, if they're all rebounding, right? Versus chest to bar. Like I think this is, you look at those 35 chest to bar. I'm not saying they're going to go unbroken. I don't think they will. But who can do 35 chest to bar 3 sets unbroken? I think that's your winner. That can row and wall ball, and you know what I mean. The weights aren't going to be a problem. And
those aren't the same people,
right? My thing is,
I know.
The first round, you don't need to, right? Like that's the point. Like if you sell your soul and go all 35 unbroken to get 2 box jump overs, it's not worth it.
Unless
I'd rather take a break.
Getting caught in the chest to bar.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the 3 minutes you want to work the least amount. Like you want to put the least amount of hard work into.
So if you're going to win the first round. Like if you're going to win the first round and you think you're going to get caught in the chest to bar, that is won and lost in the row. That's where you make the difference there. Because
but the first round doesn't matter, Tyler.
No, but you're talking about reps. If you're really trying to win the reps game.
Yeah, I think you're going to, if you do finish the 35 chest to bar, it doesn't really matter because you're going to get 1 or 2, 3 box jump overs. It's not worth it. If that's going to gas you too much for the next 5 minutes.
I really think the 3 minutes is going to be a wash. Everybody's going to be within 5 reps of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 5 minutes, it'll be a bit who can recover the most. But then I'm telling you, I really think the chest to bar pull-ups are going to be the big difference maker. Who can get through those? Because they're not going to struggle on box jump overs. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to step down my box jump overs because I can't do it. Nobody's going to be like that. You know what I mean? And the 25 dumbbell snatches, I don't see people missing that. Sure, you can have somebody cycle it fast. I mean, I guess I guess if like Roman just touch and goes 100 with 25 straight reps, that would make up a lot of time. Right?
Can anybody do that?
You know, you give me a fresh shot at it. I think I'd be close.
There's no way.
After 14 minutes of work?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you know, they're way fitter than me, right? So, but what I'm saying is you can make up a lot of time there if you could do that on the dumbbell snatches. Other than that, I really think it comes down to the pull-ups. And of all the guys that are great rowing, like to put all the guys who are great rowing, wall balling, and box jump overs, who are the bouncy guys, you know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Mhm.
Take all those guys. Who's the best at chest to bar pull-ups out of those guys? Pat Bellman.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Pat's winning this. I do think, like, so it'll come down to that last, like, 10 seconds. People will look down the line and see where everybody is, and they might try to rush reps. But that's all that matters in those first two intervals. And then everything else is just about, like, gaming it correctly in the last bit.
I'm excited I think it'll be exciting to see the last 25 dumbbell snatches.
Yeah.
I did
'Cause
too.
You'll see some guys potentially fail at the very end trying to rush and beat somebody out.
And that could be Pat. You know, Pat and Roman getting a race. Absolutely. If Pat and Roman are in a race, I'm probably taking Roman because Pat will find a way to go too fast and fail. He's done it over and over again. But if not, if Pat's got like a 6 dumbbell rep snatch lead, he's fine. You know what I mean? I just think he wins. But I think Roman would be my second pick. And Travis is not a bad pick either. Who do you say, Brian?
I like Pat.
Women, I'm going to go Emma Carey. All day, every day. Would you like me to tell you why?
I would like you to tell me why.
No.
Okay. So we know Emma Carey is a beast in the machines. Danielle Brandon has single-handedly said herself that she thinks Emma Carey is the best biker in the world. She's not better than Laura, but she's a very good biker. And if you're a really good biker, you're probably not bad at the rower either. Like if you're good at one machine, you're probably good at the other machines too. So she's good at machines. In 17.1, 21.2, way back when, Emma Carey won that workout. It's the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 dumbbell snatch and box jump over workout. All day, grind city. Can you break your back and not stop? So dumbbell snatch capacity, box jump capacity, she has 4 days. The chest to bar pull-ups. She was the first one in the pig chipper last year who was done with the 75 toes to bar and 75 or 50 chest to bar. I don't know how it was worded, but it was a ton of freaking gymnastics. She was the first one off of the bar back on the pig. Unfortunately, flipped that pig, and she couldn't do that. But she's very good at chest to bar, toe to bar. She has an engine for days when it comes to box jumps and snatches, and she's good at machines. I don't think there's nowhere here where Emma Carey is weak.
25 or 20 calories, I guess it's not enough to make that huge of a difference. I think I would say if it weren't for the last snatches, Emily Rolfe.
No, the pull-ups.
Do you think the pull-ups? But she's not a bad
She's good at
gymnast.
toes to bar. She fast reps her toes to bar. She's got abs for days.
I don't think anybody can beat Emma based on the field.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to disagree with that. There's not a ton of girls that I look at in this field and think you're really springy, you're really tall. Like, that's just not a thing in the women's field besides Emily Rolfe.
Right.
We need Sam Briggs for this workout. This would be a great Sam Briggs workout.
Sam would be good at this workout.
Yeah.
That dumbbell snatch might be heavy for Sam.
I know.
Don't know if she's moving that dumbbell.
Yeah, I mean, the women's field has a lot of semifinal athletes beyond that. But like Grace Walton, Lexi Neely, Stacey Larum, Rose Scott, Freya Moosberger, Christy Holland.
Dude, and see, like Rose Scott is a freaking she's got stuff where she's one of the best people in the world. It's just, but it's not for this workout though.
Well,
I got to look at people.
That takes us to the next one.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Double or nothing. So here's our lifting event.
I'm not picking her for that. Get out of here, man.
2
Don't
attempts,
bring up Bro
one
Scott
snatch.
for that.
I think she'll do well. I don't think she'll win it. But 1 snatch plus 1 hang snatch. You get 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off.
Mm-hmm.
And then a tie break of max overhead squats. Do you like this one?
It's whatever, man. It's a strength event.
I like it for a complex.
I think whenever you do 2 events, 2 attempts, 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off, it makes a strength event not very exciting. And Wodapalooza, they always do their strength events like this, like where it's like on a time domain, but it's like you have a rest interval and then you go again. There's no time to hype up the crowd. There's no time to be like, can he get this? Oh, he didn't hit it. Does this guy can he hit it? Oh, he did hit it,
Yeah,
right?
it's all fast.
Like it's all really fast. You see who loads the most weight. Oh, this guy won. Cool. It's the strength event. I'm not excited for it. I'm not excited for it. Whatever they do, they're going to do.
So in that first interval, because it's 2 intervals.
Yep.
What's the point in doing any overhead squats?
You
If you
shouldn't.
think
You shouldn't.
You should hit 1 or maybe a few to make sure that you hit something. But if you think you're going to hit a heavier weight, you shouldn't. But then if you don't, you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the run of the game. I think most people will do 1 snatch, 1 hang snatch, and then 1 overhead squat. And I think that's what they'll do in that first attempt. And then the second attempt, obviously, you'll just go for everything. But
so it's really only 1 attempt, and it's the second interval, because if you're sitting in a corral for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, that first one is a hello to the bar again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you
And
go
like, and I don't
go lightweight and do a whole bunch of max overhead squats at 95
just in case,
pounds, and then.
And I don't like yeah, you know they're going to be sitting in the crowds for 15 minutes. Like I almost like that. Like if you start out light and then you build up heavy to the strength event, like a pyramid. Like I love those type of workouts for the strength events. Or even I know like the deadlift event was trash because they had to do 15 freaking deadlifts, but like that's a good event if it's executed correctly. You know what I mean? And like when it's like this, you have 2 attempts, you've been sitting for 15 minutes, you're cold. Go ahead and do something nobody cares about, and then we'll just see who gets lucky. That's how I feel about it. I know that sounds harsh, but
how many people go at the same time?
Last year, I think they fit 10 on there.
All lifting at the same time.
Yeah, it was just across the whole entire stage.
Yeah. But that would only have the event last.
Like it's not very long.
I think they may have done 4. They had 2 rows of 5. If I remember right. So they had 1 row go and then the next row go. So you'd have 1 row go for 45 seconds. The next one, but it's gonna be very, very fast.
So it's been 30 minutes for your strength event
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, it won't change who wins. It doesn't not really change who does well. You're just not going to get like the greatest performance, right?
Yeah.
I think we all think Guy is going to win. I really hope Austin Hatfield can upset him, but
is Farlow a better
probably
of a snatcher?
No,
he's not as good of a snatcher.
No, Farlow has an amazing clean and jerk. I venture to say the best clean and jerk. He is not as good at snatching as Guy is or Braun. Bronislaw is probably the best snatcher in CrossFit. And then Farlow is probably the best clean and jerker. Guy is very good at both of them. Not saying Farlow's bad, but his snatcher's like 305. And, I think he's got 315 in there. Not in this complex, but just in general.
What about women? Danny Spiegel,
Danny Spiegel. I don't see anybody beating Danny Spiegel.
I'm going to say same.
She's 20 pounds stronger than the next person in snatch.
What will she snatch?
In this, 200.
200?
Yeah.
I know that row can hit that.
For a snatch plus a hang snatch?
Yeah.
I don't believe
you. And I bet she beats her on the overhead squat if it comes down to that.
I don't believe you. I'd have to see it to believe it.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm pretty sure I've seen her hang snatch over 200.
One hang snatch.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not that
not.
big.
It's a way bigger difference, Tyler.
Nah.
Tyler, I can snatch 305 on a complex like this. I'm doing 275 at most. It warmed up.
Let's see.
So, like in this competition, 270, 265, that's a 40-pound difference from what you're maxing.
What's
I do hope that Guy is right on the edge like he was last year, so I can get the best video of that happening. JR Howell taking the floor for only 3 minutes. What if they do another 2-part here, gymnastics to follow? Do they try to standardize the press to handstand on parallettes for reps? Based on what they've shared with the athletes of the number of scored events, they can't.
What's the 2-parter though?
The 2-parter is the one we just talked about, where it's
I gotcha. Yeah,
the two
yeah. They're
scored
not going to
events.
have it. They're not going to have it.
So
Yeah, we've
they
already
don't
announced
have
the
anything,
2-parter.
and so like we know these 3 events. There's 2 we don't know. We know they're going to be in the water at some point. I don't know where they are in each of them, but like we've not seen ring muscle ups. We've not seen rope climbs. Sandbag was in last year. John, any guesses or thoughts of what we might see in the final 2 events that we don't know about yet?
Swimming.
Yeah,
I know
swimming.
there's a team swim, but they had 2 different swim events, right? They had an indie swim and a team swim, right?
All divisions have a swim except for adaptive.
Right.
So there will be a swim in one of those 2 events that we don't know about.
And that swimming one will they usually like to mix up machines. They have a sandbag event. Do they have a sandbag event? No, we went through all the events, right?
That we know.
What's that?
Yeah. They usually like to do machines in swimming or like a D-ball in swimming or like a mixture of that. So
they did double.
It'll be
unders last
swimming
year
with
the drag rope.
machines. Yeah. There was a swim and a ski before. The swimming and the run with Taylor. It's because Taylor was really good in that one.
Yep.
So it'll be some swim with a machine. Maybe they have a movement in there. And then there's one other event. I assume it'll be just
already
a
rowing
mix
in
of a
this
whole
last
bunch
one.
of stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably biking on the swim. Or skiing. I just think there'll be a machine with the swim. There almost always is.
BKG will be there on a team.
Nice.
So I did talk to him. He'll be on a team. I'll let that announcement come out here soon.
I just want to say that Roe has done that exact complex at 200 pounds.
Let me see it.
It's on Instagram. I'll send it to you.
Other option is to start on Tina Hills and start an endurance workout like 2 years ago. That's exactly what my thought is for the start of Thursday, to do some type of endurance workout. Is that the one where they ran off? They did the swim, came back, and
ran.
Was it bike or something like that?
Yeah.
I get a sense that may be something similar.
She's got her coach. Coach Ellis, her coach.
Roe?
I didn't even know that.
You should know then, John.
Yeah, you need to do some snooping for us.
All right, that's the individuals. I think that's probably good for tonight. I think
teams
next week, Tyler, you get into Miami on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there Tuesday.
On Wednesday. So
we'll be hanging out.
Plan is to do the same show. We'll have all that. We should hopefully have the whole roster. So we'll do our predictions and official picks. Put them into the Heat1 app for our own picks, and then start the next day at Wodapalooza in Miami.
Please share the Heat1 app with your friends. You'll really help us out. Also, you can make your own leagues. That was a feature added during Rogue, but if you didn't know about that, you can make your own leagues.
There will be a barbell spin leagues.
Awesome.
So I'll be creating those tomorrow. So keep an eye out. So make sure you join those.
What is the pro code, Tyler?
We don't have one yet.
You got to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting. Like, you got to text us this because I went on to get on there, and but it says what's the pro code, and I'm like, I don't know. That's a good question.
The Shiz, congrats on Heat1, Tyler.
Thanks,
and
dude.
The Wodapalooza collaboration. So very cool to see where it is, especially over the last year. Actually, the last 5-6 months has been amazing. So congrats to you and Adam and now Aaron on your team. So
they're
good deal.
they're doing so much work. They're
Brian,
amazing.
Me and Tyler are going to do a High Rocks event. Do you want to do it with us?
When?
I don't know. JR, who is it? JR and
Hiller.
JR and Hiller are going to be on team. Me and Tyler are going to be on team. You got to get.
And we're gonna beat them.
I gotta get a ringer. Maybe I'll get Taylor. We'll just kick your guys out.
You got to. I mean, that'd be good for you because you got to run with your partner.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can
Taylor
run
can just do
and make him do all the machines.
I don't like this. I think one of us should be with Spin and the other one should be with Taylor. That way
you have to run with that person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like you have to have
Taylor
equal running ability.
That's a good point.
I like it.
I think it'll be fun though. Yeah, you should join us.
We can make it work out.
I'm gonna push that sled so fast. I'm gonna
See,
catch
that's
up.
not
All that running
It
you
doesn't
get ahead
matter.
of me.
It's
I'm
all
just
the
gonna
run,
push
John.
that sled. No,
It's
I know.
all the
I know.
run.
No, I
And
know.
that's
I
why
know.
it's not
We
fair.
got no shot. It's an endurance event, Tyler. That's what it is.
Listen, it's not fair because like if I pick up reps on the deadlift or a wall ball or whatever, I still then have to go run versus the guy who doesn't do the wall balls just doesn't have to do the wall balls. That's not fair.
You'll be fine.
But it's a team effort. I'll probably be doing most of the machines anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
You're probably going to do a lot of the wall ball stuff.
Right.
I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys. See you next Wednesday. Wodapalooza prediction show.
Thanks.